Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Sushant Singh. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Wednesday, the 19th of August. India's apex court directs Premier Investigation Agency CBI to probe actor Sushant Singh's death case. Businesses in Pakistan seek relief from authorities over coronavirus impact. And lockdown imposed in Kathmandu Valley till August 26 amid surge in COVID-19 cases. And now for all the details. Monsoon rains continued to lash parts of India on Wednesday, bringing relief to people from sultry weather in some regions while disrupting lives in many parts of the country.
Heavy rain in India's national capital region including New Delhi, Gurugram, Noida and Ghaziabad on Wednesday led to a dip in temperature, bringing relief to residents from the sultry weather. The downpour left parts of New Delhi flooded, leading to long traffic jams in several areas and also causing damage to property. According to the India Meteorological Department or IMD, the capital is going to get more rainfall till August 23 with generally cloudy sky. Similar scenes were witnessed in Bhubaneswar, city of India's eastern Odisha state, where warnings of likely flash floods and landslides have also been given as incessant rains continue to wreak havoc. The weather department has also predicted heavy, very heavy and even extremely heavy rainfall in some parts of Bhubaneswar for Thursday.
कुछ जगह में heavy to very heavy rainfall और एक दो जगह में extremely heavy rainfall होने का chances है. इस एरिया में आपका इसका वजह से वाटर लॉगिंग का चांसेस है, फ्लैश फ्लड भी कुछ जगह में हो सकता है. इनफॉर्मल जो कांचा रोड है, कांचा हाउस है, उसका डैमेज हो सकता है.
Meanwhile, monsoon rains have also continued in southern Karnataka state, disrupting life and flooding thousands of acres of standing crop. Road connectivity has also been disrupted at several places as bridges are submerged by overflowing rivers.
The Supreme Court of India on Wednesday ordered the Central Bureau of Investigation to take over Bollywood actor Sushant Singh Rajput's death case. This comes after the actor's father in July filed a complaint accusing his actor girlfriend Rhea Chakraborty of abetment to suicide.
The Supreme Court of India on Wednesday ordered the country's premier investigation agency, the Central Bureau of Investigation or CBI, to investigate into Bollywood actor Sushant Singh Rajput's death case, rejecting the actor's girlfriend Rhea Chakraborty's plea to transfer the case from his native Bihar state to Maharashtra's Mumbai city, where he was found dead in June. The apex court made it clear that it is court-ordered CBI probe and there is no room for the Maharashtra government to challenge this. The supreme body also acknowledged that Sushant was a talented actor and died well before his full potential could be realized, and therefore a fair investigation is need of the hour. A FIR in Bihar's Patna city was registered by Sushant's father in July against Rhea Chakraborty, who is also a Bollywood actor, and others for alleged offences under various sections of the Indian Penal Code, including abetment of suicide and punishment for criminal breach of trust.
Today was a very important day for the family of Sushant Singh Rajput as well as his fans all over the world. The Supreme Court has accepted our case in all points. Supreme Court has held that the registration of the FIR at Patna was correct. The Supreme Court has also held that the reference by the Bihar government on the request of the father of Sushant Singh Rajput was also correct.
Meanwhile, Sushant's sister Shweta Singh Kirti, who had been campaigning for a CBI investigation, welcomed the apex court's verdict, saying she has full faith on CBI and that it is the first step towards victory and unbiased investigation. 34-year-old actor Sushant Singh Rajput was found dead in his Mumbai apartment on June 14. The Mumbai police said it was suicide and had been investigating whether he was suffering from depression and had felt slighted by film industry insiders.
Moving on, India and Bangladesh on Wednesday held Foreign Secretary-level talks to boost ties between the two neighbouring countries. Indian Foreign Secretary Vardhan Shringla and his Bangladeshi counterpart Masud Bin Momen held a bilateral meeting in capital Dhaka. Earlier on Tuesday evening, the Indian Foreign Secretary met Bangladeshi Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and discussed ways to cooperate on containing the coronavirus pandemic and the revival of the economy in the post-pandemic world. During the meeting, the two discussed security-related issues of mutual interest and proposed for the travel bubble for business. This is Shringla's second visit to Bangladesh this year after taking over as the Foreign Secretary of India and his first foreign visit since the COVID-19 pandemic outbreak. According to media reports, the visit comes amid New Delhi's concerns that China is expanding its footprints in Bangladesh. In news from Pakistan, the business community in Pakistan has sought relief measures from the government to deal with impact of coronavirus. Pakistan's already fragile economy had only just been moving towards stability when the health crisis struck.
Traders and business owners in Pakistan's financial capital Karachi have appealed the government to provide them relief and bring out policies to help them deal with the impact of the coronavirus. Sheikh Habib, chairman of Karachi Sindh Tajir Ittihad, an association of business community, said businesses are facing huge losses and they are now staring at an uncertain future amid the pandemic. Pakistan's central bank had earlier said that high-frequency indicators of activity, including retail sales, export orders and tax collection, suggest a significant slowdown in most parts of Pakistan's economy.
हमें अभी अपने पैरों पे खड़े होने में ताजिरों को कम से कम 6 माह लग जाएंगे। हम समझते हैं कि जनवरी तक जाके हम अपने पैरों पे कुछ महसूस होगा कि अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह कि हम 2020 के अंदर बाहर कुछ आ गए हैं, कारोबार कुछ बेहतर हुआ है। तो मेरी सिंध गवर्नमेंट से वफाक से ये रिक्वेस्ट होगी कि बिज़नेस कम्युनिटी पे सपोर्ट करें, छोटे इंडस्ट्रीज़ को ताउन करें और छोटे ताजिरों को जो है सपोर्ट करें और FBR अपना मुस्बत किरदार अदा करे। प्रधानमंत्री पाकिस्तान को चाहिए कि बिलखुसूस सिंध के अंदर FBR में कोई जो है इनकम टैक्स में छूट दी जाए।
Meanwhile, Drug Regulatory Authority of Pakistan has approved Phase 3 clinical trial of a COVID-19 vaccine developed indigenously in collaboration with a Chinese company. Local media reports suggested as many as 200 volunteers have been registered for the trials, which will be completed in about 2 months. As of Wednesday, Pakistan recorded 290,445 confirmed cases of coronavirus with 6,201 deaths so far.
The Afghan government has warned its neighbouring and regional countries against using the Taliban as a proxy in Afghanistan, saying other nations should not support the Taliban as the militant group is also accused of having support from other groups and networks, one of the most important items of the Afghan peace process. The remarks came in response to a recent report by the US intelligence agency saying that Iran offered bounties to Taliban fighters to target American and coalition troops in Afghanistan.
In response to a recent report by the US intelligence agencies saying that Iran offered bounties to Taliban fighters to target American and coalition troops in Afghanistan, the Afghan government has warned neighbouring and regional countries against using the Taliban as a proxy in Afghanistan. Afghan President Ashraf Ghani's spokesman Sadiq Siddiqui on Tuesday said that the regional countries should not support the Taliban. Siddiqui asserted the Taliban is also accused of having support from other groups and networks, one of the important items of the peace process, and the demand of the international community is that the Taliban are no longer used as a proxy group and no country in the region should support the Taliban. However, the Iranian embassy in Kabul has rejected the report, saying Iran does not want its differences with the US to be brought inside Afghanistan. This comes after the United States intelligence in late June announced that it had found evidence that a Russian unit offered bounties to Taliban-linked militants to US-led coalition troops in Afghanistan. Media reports then said that the alleged bounties gave incentives to the insurgents to target US forces. This comes amid efforts by the US President Donald Trump to withdraw its forces from Afghanistan.
Moving on to news from Nepal. Nepal's Kathmandu metropolitan city has become one of the most affected zones in terms of COVID-19 spread in Kathmandu Valley that comprises several towns and municipalities. Amid surge in cases, the Kathmandu Valley has been placed under week-long restrictions till August 26, starting Wednesday. Kathmandu Valley will be placed under week-long restrictions starting Wednesday as coronavirus cases surge in the region, local authorities confirmed on Tuesday. The restriction will remain in place till August 26. Kathmandu Valley comprises town of Lalitpur, Kirtipur, Madhyapur, Thimi, Bhaktapur and the municipalities. It has a population of roughly 1.5 million. No vehicular movements will be permitted during the period of 1 week, while emergency vehicles will be exempted. Nepal on Tuesday reported the biggest single-day spike in COVID-19 cases as the Himalayan country witnessed over 1,000 cases in the last 24 hours, out of which 205 were from Kathmandu Valley alone. With the rise in the cases of coronavirus in the valley, the cabinet on Monday decided to give power to the local administration to take necessary steps to contain the virus. Although Nepal has been witnessing sharp decline in COVID-19 cases after July 3, the cases started to surge once again after the government ended lockdown on July 22, allowing almost all economic and social activities to operate. Nepal has so far registered a total of 28,257 cases of coronavirus, out of which 17,580 are cases of successful recoveries and 114 deaths. More on news from Nepal. Nepal's national poet Madhav Prasad, who passed away at his residence on Tuesday evening at the age of 101, was cremated with full state honours on Wednesday morning. Deputy Prime Minister Ishwar dropped national flag on Ghimeri's body as a squad of Nepal army offered salutes to him at Pashupati Arya Ghat in capital Kathmandu. Born in 1919, Ghimeri was one of the most celebrated poets of Nepal who also penned several plays and essays. He also worked as editor of Nepal's first national daily Gorkhapatra in the year 1946. He was conferred with the title of Rashtrakavi or National Poet in the year 2003. Sikhs in India's northern Amritsar city took out a religious procession on Wednesday to mark the 416th anniversary of installation of their holy book Guru Granth Sahib at the famous Golden Temple. Every year, the occasion is celebrated with much fanfare, but this time festivities were subdued due to coronavirus pandemic.
Devotees offered prayers and took out a procession from Gurdwara Ramsar to the famous Golden Temple in India's northern Amritsar city to mark the 416th anniversary of installation of their holy book Guru Granth Sahib on Wednesday. Sikh devotees carried the holy book in a palanquin during the religious procession and sang hymns on the occasion called Prakash Parv. Every year the anniversary is celebrated with great fanfare. But this time, the festivities were subdued due to coronavirus pandemic. The massive project to compile Guru Granth Sahib, which has hymns of some of the 10 Sikh Gurus and prominent saints of the medieval period, was undertaken by 5th Guru of the Sikhs, Guru Arjan Dev. The voluminous book was finally completed in 1604 and was installed at the Golden Temple.
पहले जो है पिछले सालों में काफ़ी रश होता था, बट अब जो है वो थोड़ी सी जो संगत है वो कम है क्योंकि पेंडेमिक है यहाँ पर, बट स्टिल जो लोग पहुँच सके हैं, जैसे लोगों ने सब अपने फेस वगैरह कवर किए हैं, हम बस यही कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि ना तो कंटेमिनेशन हो और प्लस हम जो यहाँ पर काम करने आए हैं, जो माथा टेकने आए हैं, वो भी हो जाए साथ में.
Guru Granth Sahib is regarded by the Sikhs as a living embodiment of their 10 spiritual leaders and is pivotal in worship in Sikhism. Majority of India's Sikh population, which forms 2% of the more than 1 billion population, resides in northern India, particularly in the state of Punjab and in national capital New Delhi.
Well, that's all we have for you from South Asia this evening. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/AsAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @AsAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.